Hello, everyone, and thank you for participating in what I call a mini business telecourse. And the title of this telecourse is Rewire Your Mindset for Maximum Success. I am Robin Gaskin Smith, the CEO of Success Builders Network and Consulting. We are a training firm and a consulting firm. And what we do is we train entrepreneurs and business owners on how to grow their business, how to take their business from the level that they're on to get to the level that they want to be on. Our typical entrepreneurs have been in business between 3 and 5 years, some a little less and some a little more, but for the most part, they're at a place in their business where it's not growing the way they want it to grow. They're not at the income level that they want to be, and they need assistance and to further their business. Some just want to start new product lines. They want to create additional streams of income. They want to move from home-based to brick and mortar, just all kinds of things. And so I consider myself the fixer. And so what I do is I go in and I look at your organization, we strategize, find ways to get your business growing to where you want it to be. So that's just a little bit about who I am and what we do there at Success Builders Network and Consulting. But I wanted to share a little bit about rewiring your mindset for maximum success, because before I start any coaching or consulting session with any of my clients, before I conduct any of my training courses during our growth conferences or anything, the very first thing I address is mindset, because you can have as many strategies as you want to have. I can give you every tip, tool, and technique that it takes to grow your business. I can show you every marketing plan. I can teach you how to be a rainmaker. I can give you as much information as you need to grow your business. But if your mindset is not there, if it's not the way that it should be, if it's not wired toward business success, then all the tips, techniques, and strategies in the world won't get you there. So what I do is I generally will address your mindset. And the reason why it's so important, and I specify a business mindset, is because a lot of things that it takes to be successful in business are counterintuitive to what we do in life. You know, what makes sense just in our everyday lives with relationships with people isn't necessarily the same thing that we have to do when it comes to business. We have to think differently. And so I'm going to challenge you over the next couple of minutes to rewire your mindset for maximum success. So what do I mean by that? We're all wired to think a certain way about all kinds of things. You know, we think what's right, what's wrong, you know, how this should be, how that should be done. But as a business consultant, there's one thing that seems to be a common thread for everyone. And this is the first thing that I usually try to address with everyone trying to get their mindset changed and rewired. We don't dream freely. We really don't. And as visionaries or entrepreneurs, business owners, we think that we do. We think that we dream freely, but we don't. We have so many barriers and constraints in our dreams. You know, we start out great. I'll ask people, you know, tell me what you want your business to do. You know, what are your business goals? Where do you see it? I mean, you know, just give me the big picture of where you want your business to be. And we'll start out great telling the story. We will. And then before you can muscle up the strength to really let it roll off your tongue, I start hearing the obstacles. You know, I don't know how I'm going to do that. I'm not sure where the money's going to come from. I mean, I've heard people say they tried to do it and it didn't work, or, I mean, they're not doing this anywhere, so if it was that easy, wouldn't everybody be doing it? All kinds of obstacles come. And what happens when you present the obstacle first, your dream comes to a streaking halt. And even if it doesn't stop all the way, some kind of way you were able to get your business off the ground, things like that, it's very scaled down. Usually it's very cautious. You know, it's not the billion-dollar idea that you had at first, or it could be doing a lot better, but because we refuse to see it in the magnanimous way that you need to see it, then you can't accomplish it. When you scale down your dreams, then you scale down your profit. When you scale down how you see things, then you scale down how you receive things. If you can't see it in a great big way, if you can't see it where it's producing for you in 1 to 3 years, $300,000 profit, if you can't see the multiple locations, if you can't see you out of your home office and into brick and mortar, if you can't see your locations all over the world and not just in your backyard, if you can't really see that or dream that, if every time you try to think about building a company of that magnitude, you see the barriers first, then you'll never be able to achieve it. When it comes to business, in particular. How, and more importantly, why we do what we do becomes the deciding factor between the success and failure. It's the deciding factor between profit and poverty, between your happiness and what I call business hell. Deciding what you're going to do and how you're going to do it. You have to see it. That's the beginning of a vision. And I know a lot of people, they don't like to talk about things like visions and dreams. I'm not a big vision board fan myself, but you cannot have a company that's going to succeed unless you have a magnanimous vision for it. All right? You have to have a magnanimous vision. So the very first step in rewiring your mindset for maximum success is to allow yourself to dream freely. Allow yourself to create an effective vision. Allow your why for what you're doing to be created. See, you have to see it in its biggest form. You have to see what you're doing affecting as many lives as you can. You have to see it in such a way that it almost does seem unattainable. But see, the reason why you have to set your vision so high and so big is because it then becomes your roadmap to success. It tells you and directs you. It directs your business activities. It tells you what you're going to do, which direction you're going to go in. Are you going to go left or right? Are you going to allow these people to come into your business? Are you going to take out loans? All kinds of decisions are made because you already see what's in the future. You already know where you're going. And so every day you're making strides to get to that great place. If your dream is so small and you've already accomplished it, then there's your answer. That's why you're stuck. That's why what was working before is not working now. That's why you've been stuck at the same income for 2 or 3 years. I had a client who's doing very well. They're making a little over $200,000 growth every year. But when she called me in and I said, how long have you been in the business? She told me she's been in business 8 years. And I said, well, how long have you been at this threshold with this income? She's been at that threshold with that income for the last 4 or 5 years. Her dream was so small. So this is as big as she can dream it. And that's as big as her vision was. So you can't go any further in your business than your vision is for your business. You can't go any further in business than your vision is for your business. You have to have a big, clear vision. That's what's going to keep you focused. That's what's going to keep you resilient so you won't quit every time something shows up. That's what's going to keep you on track. When you have big dreams, you can't quit because you haven't reached the goal yet. That's why it needs to be big. Again, some of our dreams and aspirations are simply so small. That's why our results are small. That's why your profit margins are small. Your business will only grow as big as you can envision it to grow. All right? We got to have a big enough, a strong enough vision, a big enough, a strong enough why. That's how you build. That's what you do. See, a lot of times we want to jump around this. We want to go out and get websites and business cards and all of that. You look good. I mean, everything looks good. When I check out different businesses, I always have to research your business before I do any work with you, and I have to learn what you're doing. When I look at it, you look good. You look like, you got all the answers because most of the people I meet with, they're geniuses. You all have some great ideas, your profits. Your revenue streams are there. I can clearly see how your business can grow, but then I look at it and I come meet with you and it's not going anywhere. Nothing is really happening. As you begin to develop, or in some cases, redevelop your vision for your business, just make sure that you do it absent of any barriers. Don't worry about the how. We're not dealing with the how. We're dealing with the what. We're dealing with the why. We're dealing with the why. And that's how you're going to build a big vision. So that's the first thing that you need to do to rewire your mindset. Dream bigger. All right? See your business for everything that you created it for and everyone that it was supposed to affect. And then you'll then begin to see ideas and creativity, creative ways being made for you. All right? Another very important mindset shift that needs to happen in order for you to really even accomplish the first thing. In order for you to even really create that great big vision. And that is, you need to answer this one question. It's going to seem like an easy question, but so many people don't have the answer to this question. Is why did you start your business? So write that down and just jot down a few questions. Why did you start your business? So you need to write it down and just answer. Give a couple of answers. All right? And then tell me if. Well, you can't tell me. You can't tell me. I'm thinking this call is live. I usually do trainings that are live. But write it down and then ask yourself, did you write things like, well, I had a sellable skill, or, or to make money, or, I wanted to be an entrepreneur because I wanted to have freedom of time, and, what were some of your answers? Because those are great. But if those were some of the reasons or the foundational reasons why you started your business, that may be the cause of why many of you all are stuck or stagnant in your business. It could be the reason why you're not as profitable as you may like to be. Now, if you're moving, you're growing, you're successful, you're already netting about $300,000 within your first 3 to 5 years of your business, and that's my business clients' goals in the first 3 to 5 years. You should be netting at least $300,000 in your business per year. Then that's great, because there are always exceptions. But for many people, the foundation, the reason why we started our business, that right there is probably why we struggle. Now, a better reason for starting your business, and of course, some of you have already started, but it's still not too late to dig deeper into what you did, why you did what you did, because a better reason for starting a business is that you have identified a need, there was a void, some kind of problem, and your business or your service now provides the solution. You are the answer to some life's problem. You are the answer to some challenge. People need what you have, and you're there to provide to fill that need. That should be why you started your business. Let me say that again. A better reason for starting your business is that you have identified a need. You saw a void, and you have the skill set to fix it. You saw a problem among consumers, and now you are providing the solution. When you understand what need you're feeling, that's going to direct your business. That's going to be the thing that determines your brand, your market, who you're marketing to, how you're marketing to them. Your overall activities will be determined because you know exactly why you started your business. You know exactly who you're trying to reach. You know exactly what they need. And now you don't have to go around chasing people and trying to convince people that they need you because you already know they need you. Now you can spend your time positioning yourself in front of people who actually want you. There are people that already want what you're providing because you've already identified who they were. You already know who they are. You say you're a physical trainer, and that's your business. And you started the business because there's plenty of physical trainers all over the world, but you started your business because you identified a certain area or sector of person, people who need to work out, they need to get in shape, but none of the current things that are out here now are really satisfying, and you can do it a different way. And you know that those same group of people who need it and they're looking for an answer, they're trying to find a program that they can do, that they can get with. You've identified that, and now you created a program just to meet their needs. You did your homework. You found out why they weren't working out, what they needed to do, what interests them. Well, what would you like? That's how Zumba came about. Somebody decided that, hey, most people don't like to exercise, but people need to lose weight. They need to get in shape. Just about everybody likes to dance, and that's how they got started. They found the need. They had the skill set to fix it, and they became the solution to someone's problem. So I hope that makes sense, because you cannot get into business just to make money. We're going to make money, and we're going to talk about that before this call is over. But that can't be your driving force. It can't be the reason why you're doing what you're doing because I can make money. The reason why you started your business can't solely be based off of something that you gain. It has to be based upon the needs of people. Your business should exist to serve other people, not to satisfy you. And a lot of people don't like to hear that because they think I'm saying, we're not going to make any profit. But remember, my client's goal, 3 to 5 years, $300,000 growth in their entrepreneurial business. So I'm certainly into making profit. But if that's the reason, if you're chasing the money, you will always chase it. But if you're feeling a need, you'll always have it. If you're chasing money, you'll always be chasing it. If you're feeling and fulfilling a need, you will always have money. See, that first person that chase money, they're called an opportunist. Those people only are interested in what business can do for them. But that second person, the person that wants to fill a need, we're called visionaries, and we're only interested in what our business can do for others. Opportunists chase money, visionary chases goals. An opportunity only communicates price, dollars. A visionary communicates value, how I'm going to change your life. And that brings me to the last thing, because I can tell you hundreds of things that really we need to begin to think differently about in business if we want to grow. I could tell you hundreds of things, but we're just going to address these three things now, because if you get these three things, why you started your business in the first place, well, number one, if you will allow yourself to dream bigger, set bigger goals, remove the obstacles from your life, remove the obstacles from your business, and allow yourself to think big and huge so that everything around you becomes big and huge. And then second of all, identifying why you started your business in the first place and become more need-based instead of profit-based. If you get up to a place in your business where your whole concern every day is to make sure that you're satisfying the needs of customers and satisfying the needs of your community and satisfying the needs of your family, just satisfying these, being others-minded instead of being self-minded with profit and I want to have time, I want to buy big cars, I want to go on vacation, then you're going to begin to see your profits change. But then once you got that mindset, I need this one thing most people don't do in business, and they don't really understand the difference between price and value. We don't communicate value the way that we should. Business is all about communication. And as entrepreneurs, we communicate information about our products and to our potential buyers every day in hopes that they will choose us, in hopes that they will consider using you over someone else. But see, why would they? If you offer the same product, especially if you're a multi-level marketing business, if you're a certain, let's take, I'm with Legal Shield, so let's just take that. If I'm with Legal Shield and someone else is with Legal Shield, we're all offering the same product. Everything's exactly the same. We can't give you a discount on price. We can't do anything differently. If I offer the business opportunity for you to become an associate with Legal Shield, it's the same benefits perks that you get with any other team. So how do I communicate value? See, we could just walk in the door and say it costs $249 to get involved. That's the first thing we do. How much it costs to get involved? We communicate price. We talk about how much money you're going to make. That's what we do. But when you do that, you're just like everyone else. We have to learn how to communicate value. Value is what a person will get from what you're giving them. You have to always give more value. Always give more value. If I was going to be that physical trainer, that personal trainer, I'm not going to tell you what my fees are. That's not the first thing I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you how I'm going to change your life. I'm going to tell you how just spending an hour a day with me for 3 days a week is going to cause your skin to look better. You're going to breathe better. Your back pains are going to go away. I'm going to improve your quality of life. And all you're giving up is 3 hours a day. That's all you're going to do, and it's going to totally transform your life. You're going to find yourself spending more time with your kids and your family. You're going to stay up longer, get up earlier. Everything about you is going to change for that 3 hours. So now I'm communicating value over price. I'm communicating value over price. So when you're able to do that, now you can tell people, okay, and how much is that going to cost me? It's going to cost you $300 a week. But $300 a week is nothing compared to what you just told me I was going to get in return. When I talk to my clients about my services, I don't talk to them about my fees. I look at their business, and I see where they are, and they say, okay, right now this year you've grossed $75,000. That's great. You've been in business 2 years. Okay, well, I've looked at your company, and I've seen a couple of changes that we should make, and I see additional revenue streams that we can bring into your business. I've identified 4 more. So if we just take a couple of months, maybe 3 to 4 months, and start developing and implementing these revenue streams. And then if you work this business the way that we have this action plan set up for you, in 12 to 18 months, these 4 revenue streams are going to bring you in an additional $225,000. So by the end of the 18 months to 24 months, your income would have gone from $74,000 to $300,000. How does that sound to you? They're jumping around, trying to figure out how that's going to happen. So do you think when I tell them that my fee is $24,000 a year, if they're a VIP client paying $2,000 a month, do you think that they would not pay $24,000 a year to get a $225,000 more? Sure they would. Or in most cases, $10,000 a year for my business development client. Do you think that they would pay $800 a month if I'm telling them in 12 to 18 months, as long as we stick to this plan, that you're going to have income that has, I guess that's 300 times your rate of return on what you've invested in your coaching and your consulting. So when you're presenting your product and services, present the value. If you don't have any value, that's what you need to work on. If it's a fair exchange, what you've given is what they get back, it's going to be a little tough. It doesn't matter what you're selling. You should be able to sell value. When you walk in department stores, they don't just say, hey, this shirt, well, a real nice department store, they don't say this shirt is $25. You give me $25, I give you a shirt. They sit up there and say, you look beautiful. I mean, you want to turn heads. They create an experience about that shirt that you feel like, well, Lord, I will pay anything for this shirt because by the time I leave with this shirt, everybody's going to see me. I'm going to get that job. People are going to begin to give me speaking engagements. I mean, all kinds of things. And my picture's going to be everywhere because I'm going to look so fabulous. So they sold me on value. At that point, I don't care how much the shirt costs. So I hope that makes sense to you because that is a big one when it comes to growing your business, learning how to promote the value of what you're offering and making sure you're delivering value. Make sure what you give is value. We have our business growth conferences every month. We travel all over the nation. And, I'm big on value, so I don't do too well on the fluff stuff, the decorations and all that, because I'm into content and value. But I've learned to get into the heads of the people who come out to my events, and I think about what makes them feel good, what the atmosphere should look like, what is it going to make it so that when they leave here, they feel good, they got serious information, they're able to go home and implement those things right away. They see instant change in their business simply because they've learned these tactics. That's what I go for. If I tell you I'm going to have a free course like this and I say, hey, call in, I'm not worried about how well I talk or how well I speak. I'm trying to figure out, did I just give you 3 things? That if you implement these 3 things today, tomorrow you can see instant change in your business. If you implement these 3 things today, tomorrow you will see change in your business. Why do I say that? Well, the things that you post will be different. The way that you advertise your products now are going to be different. If you were always saying, join my organization, it's $99, $99, $99, tomorrow you're not going to say that because we just learned if you want to grow your business, you have to communicate value, not price. It's not about the money. It's about the experience. Why should I join your company? How are you going to change my life? What about joining your company is going to make my life any different than it is today? All I'm going to feel like is I lost $100. Create an atmosphere. When you post tomorrow, you're going to create an atmosphere of value. You're going to create an experience for me. All I'm going to read about is all the wonderful things that are about to happen to my life if I join your company. And I haven't even asked how much it costs. It doesn't matter because I need what you got. I need what you're offering. That whole experience, that whole thing you just described, I need that. And it doesn't matter to me what I got to sacrifice to get that. That's communicating value. So make sure that you're offering value for whatever you give. If it's going to be free, if you got to pay for it, it doesn't matter. When a person leaves, whatever your business is, they should feel that they left better than they were when they got there. All right. So thank you so much. I hope that you've learned something. I hope that I've at least added to what you've already known, because I do know that most of the people who are going to listen to this call are very experienced business owners. But I've been in the business for 15 years. I've ran many businesses. I haven't had a paycheck for anyone, my husband or myself, for the last 15 years. And I know how it is to be an experienced business owner. I know how it is to, have employees and you got all this stuff going on and look like you have it going on. But at the end of the day, after I've paid all my bills and taken care of all of my office and my business expenses, I end up with, $50,000, $60,000 and no money in my savings account. But it all looks good. See, I know how that is. And I've gone from that to being able to pay all of my personal bills, all of my business expenses, and still have 6 figures in a bank account. So once you get to that place, then that's when we can say, okay, it's time to build upon something else. But a lot of us are not there. And it takes things like this to constantly be in our face so we can grow. That's why it's so important that you train, that you get business training. Motivation is great, but in this business, it's all about information and education. If you want to be like those top big companies and money pouring in, then you're going to have to saturate yourself with information and education, good information and education, designed specifically to grow your business. And that's what the Think Like a Boss Business Growth Conference is. I really would like for you to consider registering for the conference. I'm sure we're coming somewhere near you. Take a flight, come on in. It's a one-day conference. It's from 9 to 4. I would love for you to come in. I've had people who've flown in and can't come into a lot of the different events that we have in the different cities. But if you go to www.thinklikeabosstour.com, you will see all the information there. As a matter of fact, you're going to get an email from me shortly that's going to give you a discount code if you register. The discount code is FBFAN, like Facebook fan, FBFAN, all capital letters. It'll give you 20% off. I've extended it. It was only supposed to be for 24 hours, but I knew that you would not be getting this recording until today. And so today is August the 22nd. I'm going to give that allow that discount code to stay on until Friday, August the 23rd at midnight. So it gives you a whole day to check it out, check your schedule, and see if you can attend. As well, please check out my website. It's robynspeaks.com, ROBYN speaks.com. I have great trainings on there all the time. I have my favorite, and I'm so very proud of my coaching, training and coaching program. It's called the Master Entrepreneur. 52 weeks. It's one whole year. It's just like business school. And every week I'm giving you 60 to 90 minutes of solid training. I mean, you're like in school. You got your notebook, your pen and your pencil. You have homework assignments. But there, we talk about marketing strategy and how to develop a marketing plan, how to identify your target market, all kinds of things that you need to know to grow your business. As well, you are part of our group coaching. So every week I do a group coaching call every week, every Friday morning. I believe it's every Friday morning. And we all get together. We get on the call. They're all recorded. The classes are recorded. The manual, you're building your manuals because I'm sending you the PDFs with every class. So it is an awesome, awesome program. And I set that up just for entrepreneurs that really need to increase their revenues. They don't have a lot of money to be flying around and going to conferences and investing in all of this, and they can't get coaching. So I set this up, something very affordable. It's $1,800 a year. That's it. Or $40 a week. You can pay $40 a week. Most people sign up, pay $40 a week, and every week these businesses are growing. I get the testimonies every day. So you should really, really consider checking that out. And as well, I have other mini classes, such as a little longer than this. They're 60 minutes. Most of those courses are between $25 and $60, but they're great courses for you to take. So check it out when you get a chance. I'm going to follow up with an email. Thank you so much for spending this 20 and 30 minutes with me. And if you've enjoyed what you heard, please feel free to tweet about it all day. Use hashtag TheBizFixer or hashtag BossTour. All right, I would really, really appreciate that. So thank you so much. You guys enjoy your day.